Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about 10 things you need to hear after a breakup. 3 years ago, I went through a breakup that absolutely shattered me. Walking away from that relationship was honestly the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. The actual end of the relationship was hard enough, and healing from it, I was really fortunate to be surrounded by an incredible group of people and friends and family and community. But also, one of the things that I learned in that period was that breakup advice really sucks. And a lot of people with really good intentions tried to help me heal in ways that really didn't help. And it was really damaging. A few months after that breakup, I wrote a blog post called 10 Things You Need to Hear After a Breakup that were the 10 things I wish someone had said to me. I also wrote a follow-up blog post called The Fish in the Sea, all about healing from that breakup and kind of the mindset shift that actually got me through it. I will link both of those in the description box in case you do want to read them. But for right now, let's just get into the video. Okay, the first thing you need to hear after a breakup is that it sucks. I think a lot of people have this tendency to try and encourage you by saying things like, keep your head up, or look on the bright side, be optimistic, stay positive. When the reality is that you're going through something really, really painful. And you have to feel that. If you want to make it through, if you want to be on the other side and heal from this, you have to feel the fact that it just sucks. The pain that you're feeling is valid. The adjustment period of losing something that was a really big part of your life is valid. All of this is uncomfortable. The second thing is, on that note, do not try to talk yourself out of feeling hurt, anger, betrayal, rage, whatever it is. Your healing is going to be a process, and denial only delays it. I will say, in my experience, I do think it's worth it sometimes to put things on pause. Take a break from crying and get out of the house for a night. Go do something fun with a friend. It's okay to pretend it's not happening for temporary periods of time just so you can live your life. But also, pretending like nothing's happening is not serving you in your future. It's not helping you move on from this. It's actually just going to hurt you in the long run. Allow yourself to be human and don't apologize for it. The third thing you need to know is that you are incredible. Regardless of what happened in this relationship, what caused it, whether you messed up or they messed up, or you got hurt or they got hurt, your value right now is exactly the same as it was at the start of your relationship, and it's exactly the same as the first day of your life, and it's going to be the same on the last day. You were created with intention. You were born with purpose. No one's opinion can change those things. Your worth is immeasurable. On the same note, you need to know that you are so loved. As humans, we crave that feeling of being deeply known and fully loved, which is why breakups sometimes hurt so much, because it feels like the person that knows you so well is the same one who's choosing to walk away from you. That can leave you feeling like absolute shit. But here's the thing. I'm willing to bet that there are tons of people in your life who absolutely adore you. Seeing it might feel really, really hard right now, and feeling it might not even be on the table, but you need to know it at least. You are so loved by your friends, your family, and most importantly, by the one who created you in the first place. I don't remember what number we're on, but next thing, no one can tell you how to grieve. As previously mentioned, most breakup advice sucks. And a lot of people who love you will probably try to pop in and tell you this is what helped them, or this is what made them feel better. Well-intentioned, sure. Helpful. The truth is, you are your own person, and you need to grieve and go through this process in your own way. Each relationship is different, each situation is different, each individual is different, and that means you need to give yourself permission to get through this breakup the way that you need to get through this breakup. You don't need to justify it, you don't need to explain it, you don't need to be understood. You just need to heal. Okay, this is one of those things that I try to tell every single one of my friends going through a breakup, because I so wish it is something that someone had told me, and it's that every relationship is a mix of good and bad, and you are allowed to feel both. I feel like we have this tendency when we see someone we love who's in pain to be like, oh yeah, well, screw that guy and screw that person, and we hate them, and they're this and they're that. But normally, breakups don't work like that. There are exceptions where it's okay, maybe this person was truly just all evil and they were lying to you the whole time or whatever, but even in those moments, even if the good moments were false, you need to feel them. It can feel cathartic to bash on the person that you were dating, and there are moments where like venting or processing can be healing, but at the same time, you have permission to miss the good things about someone and the really wonderful things, while at the same time knowing that they are not meant to be a part of your future. You can feel both. You can honor the good and know that you deserve better. You need to find a way to be thankful for what you're learning through this breakup. This might come a little bit later in the process. On day 1 and day 2, you're probably not going to be popping open your gratitude journal, and that's okay. The thing is, when you get stuck in a downward spiral of misery and sorrow, it's really, really hard to dig yourself out of it. You don't need to be grateful for the fact that you're going through a breakup. You don't need to be grateful for the pain. But being able to look at things about your situation and go, this is absolute garbage, but look how strong I am. Or this is absolute garbage, but look what I'm learning about myself. Look what I'm learning about what I deserve and how I need to be treated. Look what I'm learning about what I need from a relationship. Look what I'm learning about how I heal. Look what I'm learning about my trauma. My growth has come from the worst moments of my life. Everyone has their own experiences, so don't insert that onto yours or feel like you need to rush the journey. That's not what this is about. When you're ready, look for opportunities to choose growth through the process. One of the biggest things that helped me get through my breakup was trying new things. I don't know about you, but for me, something that was really triggering was that this person had known me so well. When I would go to do things that I loved doing, it made me think of them. And I felt like almost a little bit violated, because I was like, you know this about me, and like, you took this from me, which isn't totally fair, but it just felt connected to that person in a way that I really didn't want to be during that period. I remember one day that I was sitting in my living room and I was just like, this person touched everything in this room. And I went to HomeSense and I like bought some new home stuff. I just got like a candle and like a pillow or whatever. But it actually helped, because I was like, this space is different and you don't know that. You don't know that this part of my life is different. I started painting and it was like, I have a new hobby and you don't know about it. And it was just so healing to start to become a new person in these little ways that weren't actually altering who I was, but they were altering my life in ways that gave me a sense of control. It was small, but it was really, really helpful for me. Your past does not dictate your future. No matter what happened in this relationship, no matter what regrets you have, no matter what you wish you could take back, no matter who hurt you or how you hurt them or whatever it was, this does not dictate your future. It is so easy at the end of a relationship to sit back and pick apart all of the things you wish you had done differently. Maybe you wished you'd fallen out of love. Maybe you wished you'd seen the red flags. Maybe you wish you'd never been in that relationship in the first place, or maybe part of you just feels like used goods. But I can promise you, that's not true. Ultimately, no matter what happened, your past does not dictate what's coming. Finally, I'm like getting like tingly about this because I feel so strongly. You haven't missed your chance. This might be a little bit of a hot take, and some people might disagree with me, but I don't care. I don't believe in soulmates at all. And I say that as a happily married woman. I can't promise you that the perfect person is right around the corner, because the perfect person doesn't exist. And B, I think love has a lot more to do with choice than we give it credit for. It really, really does. If you want to be in a relationship, you still have the opportunity to be in a relationship. Put yourself out there, make an effort to meet new people, maybe try new hobbies that are group hobbies, like sign up for a class or a sports team, download a dating app, whatever works. Make yourself available. Do not make it your goal, purpose, or focus in life, and definitely don't make it your identity. But it's okay to go after something that you want. Like, ooh, I'm getting emotional. I haven't been through a breakup in a long time, but I've walked with a lot of my close friends through some really hard breakups in the last couple of years. And I know these things are easier to say than they are to believe. So if that's you right now, if you're going through a breakup and you're having a hard time believing this, I want to say a couple things. One, that's okay. It's going to take some time. And if you need to watch this video every single day until you start to feel those things to a point where you know that they're true, you can do that. If you need to go to therapy every day, if you need to put post-its on your mirror or in your car or in your bedroom to remind yourself that these things are true every single day, do it. 2, my Instagram DMs are always open and the best way to contact me. After putting up this blog post, I put in a line in the article about like, oh yeah, if you ever want to slide into my DMs, go for it. And to be honest, I didn't really think people would, but I've started getting DMs, tons of DMs from different girls going through breakups who are like, this is what's happening. and it sucks. And I know that I'm not actually there, but I think one thing that can be really helpful sometimes is talking to someone who's outside of your immediate circle and just saying this happened and it sucks, and having someone else affirm, yeah, that really sucks. So if I can be that for you, please let me be that for you. Please send me a message, please leave me a comment. Ultimately, though I do create content for work and I do love it, these videos are for you. This content is for you. I literally take time to pray over every single video that it finds the right people, that it resonates with the people who need to hear it. I don't have it all figured out, but the little bit that I'm learning, I want to use to encourage others. With that said, I am extremely passionate about intentional living and creating a life and a home and a space that I love and becoming a person that I'm proud of. And I make videos twice a week all about Christian living, relationships, and intentional lifestyles. So if that's your thing, definitely subscribe and stick around for more videos coming soon. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment letting me know. Finally, I just want to remind you that you are so loved, you matter so much. And I hope you have a good day, because today is a good day to have a good day. Bye!